I never get to sit on
rarely
this
sit
side.
there. Do you ever sit there?
Never.
All right. Well, we've been
Never
talking
do.
about it throughout the week, but today it officially begins. Cedar Rapids Restaurant Week, and we welcome back Juliet Abdul, the president and CEO of Cedar Rapids Metro Economic Alliance. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
This is like the build up to Christmas. You know, some radio stations start playing the music right after Halloween.
It's just as exciting.
Yeah.
I tell you, do you have a desk for me now?
It's
3 days.
I'll give you the keys to the weather lab after the morning I've had. I'll head home. You stick around. You can do it all day if you want.
There we go. Yes, yes. Well, it kicks off today, Restaurant Week, and it's a great time for it to kick off because it's cold outside, which means you can spend it inside in the warmth of those restaurants where they're just cooking up some exciting, just different unique dishes that they haven't had before.
So tell us a little background on why we do Restaurant Week here.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 30,000 foot perspective back and just kind of share a little bit more about the Cedar Rapids Metro Economic Alliance for folks that may not be aware. This organization was developed back in 2011, right? In 2011, anyone that focused on economic or community development, those entities that really drove the region forward, decided to convene together underneath this managing umbrella. So we're really made up of an economic development organization, a chamber of commerce, and then community development, all working simultaneously to advance our region. Our region being Cedar Rapids, driving the surrounding areas that we have. All of the counties, 8 counties that make us up, leveraging the resources and enhancing those all through business. So why we do programs and events specifically is to connect our businesses to either other businesses, to the community, or to government. In this instance, this is a program that really exhibits the community development piece. It's trying to activate in the spaces that you're in, kind of wear the hat of being a tourist in your local community and explore some of the restaurants that you may be aware of or you may not be aware of and see them through a different light.
Well, and some of the restaurants we've heard from are like, you know, we're doing this for Restaurant Week, but the response was so good, we're going to add this to our actual menu every day now.
Exactly. And we track with them exactly how many dollars have actually been gained over the course of the week that it's been. So it's 10 days. It runs from today all the way until March the 1st. And what essentially these restaurants have agreed to is a few things. They agree that 7 out of the 10 days they're going to be open.
Which is great because sometimes they're not.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that discourages people, right? If you show up somewhere and then the place is closed, you're not going to make it another point for you to go back there. The second is that they're going to come up with something unique and different, and we don't dictate what that is. And you've seen a couple of those restaurants here, right? They get creative. They want to do their own spin. And then the third really is for them to be welcoming and receptive to those individuals that are coming to display proudly that they're a Cedar Rapids business or a business that's in the area that's participating in Restaurant Week. And we provide them with all of that information and the resources around that. And we even help with the component of giveaways and prizes.
Okay.
So in the past, restaurants have also been expected to kind of stamp these different cards. So customers can turn them in, they get prizes. Well, we wanted to take that work off of them. And so we're bringing it to the 21st century. If you have done business with an area restaurant, take a photo of that receipt, email it in to rw@cedarrapids.org or drop it by in hard copy, and then you'll be entered into the prizes.
One of the questions that we get, and I'm going to ask you, is, all right, you could do this any time of the year, but why is it end of February through early March? What is it about that time of year to have it right now?
Right. Well, you're coming right off of the holidays, right? And it's always a big boost to support local around the holiday season. We think of it when we're talking about Thanksgiving and Small Business Saturday. We're talking about Cyber Monday that's around the corner. Then it's Christmas and, you know, the blitz shopping that's around Christmas. And then really New Year's happens and there's all this excitement. And then that's it, right? And you feel like that was our part with local. Let's forget about them until the end of the year.
Until patio season and
exactly.
be outside.
Until we need to do something. Maybe there's some sales that we could support. And so we're really trying to create this culture and cultivate this Buy 319 concept of supporting local. Green State Credit Union is the sponsor around this year-long campaign that we have that's basically trying to marry to some national events that are going on, but really trying to think of the supporting local before you do any types of efforts. This is one of those types of programs that fits into it. You'll see some proclamations and things that we do. You'll see different small business weeks and other types of events that we have, but it's always to guide those businesses throughout the year to be supported.
Not just one, not 10, but like a million restaurants, right? I mean, maybe just a little under that.
Yeah, just a little under. This year it was 22, and we're making changes. So I've been in the role for about 5 months now in Cedar Rapids, and we did not change the timeline on it. We just tweaked a couple of things. One of those was the giveaway. The second was decoupling fork and knife feasts, which we usually kicked off Restaurant Week with. And what that was a small sampling of, if you participated in the Restaurant Week, then you'd have sample opportunities for consumers to be able to enjoy before it kicks off. Well, we didn't want to limit it just to a few restaurants that were participating in that. And we wanted to spread the love of supporting local again throughout the year. And so we've taken away Fork and Knife Feast, rebranded it. I know you love it just
I
as
was
much
a
as
huge
I
fan,
do.
yeah.
Right, to Relish the Region, and that'll be in April, and it's an expanded opportunity for any restaurants in the region to participate regardless of whether or not they participated in Restaurant Week. And so that was another newer thing that we've done. We've also allowed for businesses to participate without excluding others, and in the past we've actually taken them down to a specific amount. We don't need to take them down. We want to brag about all of the restaurants that are here, right? So we've opened it up to those 22 businesses, locally owned or locally operated, that are invested in the Economic Alliance as members. They don't pay a fee to participate in the Restaurant Week. They just have to accept the terms of being a part of the entire week.
You can learn about it where? Where's the best place to get all the info?
CRRestaurantweek.com, or you can go to our websites. You can go directly to our social media channels, Cedar Rapids Metro Economic Alliance. We have been doing a social media takeover. We'll continue to do that surrounding Restaurant Week, popping into those different restaurants. We'll have restaurants with their photos and images are already displayed on our website. So be sure to check out all things social so you can learn more about this.
Wonderful. Maybe we'll see you at some of the restaurants.
I'd love to see you there.
All
Yeah.
right, thank
There
you,
you go.
Juliet.
Of course. Thank you for having me.